Hello and welcome to Ron Colgano Stadium here in Mountain View, California, where the De La Salle Spartans take on the St. Francis Lancers on this beautiful evening. 71 degrees, clear skies, going to creep down to 62 by the end of the game. Winds coming in from the southeast direction at 4 miles per hour. You're joined by your hosts Sanjeev Borle, Rohan Kasalge, and Ishan Murali. And the St. Francis Lancers coming off of a strong win against Monterey Trail up north, 28-21. And the De La Salle Spartans coming off of a 2-game loss streak, looking to win here. But I got to mention that the 2 games that they lost were against the 5th and 6th best teams in California, Sarah High School and Orange Lutheran. So, yeah.
Yeah, to add to that, the last 2 weeks have been pretty interesting for St. Francis. It's been pretty reliant on a rushing game instead of a passing game. And the whole idea here is to go for the starting running back, Kingston K. which has been a success, especially last week. Kingston has had 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games, highlighted by a 3-touchdown, 165-yard game against Monterey Trail last week. He had all the offensive touchdowns. And I want to ask a question to both Ishan and Sanjeev here. We saw 2 years ago when St. Francis played De La Salle in 2021, starting running back of St. Francis was Chuchu Teo, and he had a game against De La Salle. So are we going to see a similar result, almost a second coming in Kingston K. If so, what do you guys think about this?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to need Kingston Kiana to go off tonight. Without it, it's going to be a problem because the Lancers rely heavily on their run game. So without running the football, it's going to be a problem tonight.
Yeah, against Helix High School 2 weeks ago, we saw that the St. Francis Lancers were primarily only running a running game in the first half, and transitioned to more than just the running game in the second half. And against Monterey Trail, we saw that Kingston Kiana 3 touchdowns. They used him almost the whole time. Only 3 receptions in the whole game. You can expect to see a bunch of Kiana action today as well.
Absolutely. He gets the bulk load of the carries. Definitely, we're going to see him a lot tonight. What should we expect from the De La Salle Spartans today?
Well, there's a lot to look at, Ishan. We're looking at a roster that has undergone some changes, and new players have risen to the task this season for De La Salle. One player to notice here is their quarterback the last 2 games was number 13, Toa Fave. He had some pretty interesting games against Sarah and Orange Lutheran, focusing on a rushing attack and screen passes to his receivers. So we might be able to see some of that tonight.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And here's the thing: when they played Sarah, fifth in California, by the way, they only let 1 touchdown go in 3 quarters, and it was at the end where they made those mistakes. But they held out great against a top-ranking team. Their offense was obviously they didn't score, but their defense was really stopping Sarah, and I think we can expect to see some good defense from De La Salle today.
Yeah, as you're saying, the 0-2 record for De La Salle does not say anything about how good they are. They are much better than this record shows, and it will be a challenge for St. Francis.
Lord, we ask that you overshadow each of these athletes with your protection protection, to keep them safe from any harm or injury. Let us pray together in the words that our Lord and our brother Jesus gave to us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Saint John Baptist de la Salle, pray for us. Saint Francis of Assisi, pray for us. Our Lady of Sorrows, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And without further ado, here we go. De La Salle at St. Francis is underway in a bit.
Rohan Ishan, I think I want to bring up the defense for both sides.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have Chase and Jackson Cahoon on for the Lancers. What do you think about their performance today, their earlier performances, and what can we expect from the rest of the team?
Yeah, Case and Jackson Cahoon are leading our teams in tackles. They had a couple of tackles for loss in our last game. They're going to be very important to stopping the run game of De La Salle. Also, I wanted to mention Perryon Williams and Mac Maroka both had an interception. They also both play receiver for us, doing a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see.
Yeah. Even though we had a great rushing attack on the offense last week against Monterey Trail, the defense was very varied last week. Chase Cahoon with 21 combined tackles, a great stud on this team who might show up tonight against De La Salle. Ron Oberweis-Manion with 18 combined tackles as well. Both had their fair share of tackles for loss. And we're just going to see some of this defense show up against this De La Salle roster.
And are we going to see Mac Maroka and Perryon Williams getting some receiving yards? Like we saw against Helix, St. Francis decided to throw the ball more in the second half, and Mac Maroka, Sione, and Perryon Williams were all getting some serious yards, and they were able to be successful. They were able to be successful many times, got to the red zone also many times. It was just, I guess, unfortunate after that. But
Yeah, absolutely. The bubble screens, they worked really well with Perryon Williams. We were able to get a lot of yards off them. And also the game against Helix, the Lancers played very well. They had a couple of goal line turnovers that costed them at the end, but the score looks a lot worse than the game really was. It was a very well played game by the Lancers there.
yeah, and I think, like I said earlier, I think that's the case with De La Salle as well against Sarah and Orange Lutheran. So I think we can expect a good game today from both teams. They've played very well for the last 2-3 weeks, and I think they're both in position to take the win here.
I fully agree, Sanjeet. As both teams do the coin toss, we're going to see some action from one of the offenses to start this game. It's going to be a showdown against St. Francis' QB, Aaron Knapp, against Toa Fave for De La Salle. Now about Aaron Knapp, we did see some performance against Monterey Trail and Helix where he didn't seem to be passing the ball as much, and the rushing attack was way more dominant. So I guess the question here would be, are we going to see more attempts to pass to our receivers tonight by Aaron Knapp, or are we going to stick to a rushing attack?
I do think we're going to use a lot of Kingston Kiana. He's our best player. He's the workhorse of the team. He had 3 touchdowns in our previous game. He's by far the best player. But I do think we're going to need to see a lot more Aaron Knapp throws in this game for us to come out on top.
We see the captains acknowledging each other. That's part of the game. As St. Francis' captains make their way out with De La Salle's captains.
Last week against Sarah, we're saying that Kingston Kiana, he's an important part to the team. Gets the yards there for St. Francis. But I mean, against Sarah last week, De La Salle's defense was able to stop a lot of Sarah's runs. And like I said, it was just at that last quarter where they started to break. But other than that, they were able to do some serious damage on the De La Salle's offense. And we saw Tua Fave even panicking on some plays, running himself or sliding or throwing astronomical passes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I guess, I mean, every play is different, but De La Salle's defense and their line, they're solid.
Yeah, it looks like De La Salle's going to start with the ball. So we'll see what we get out of the Spartans here.
And Chris Hahn lining up to kick. He's been pretty underrated this roster this season, making all his PATs so far.
Jaden Jefferson to receive.
And we are underway here. Oh!
It's dropped. And go out of bounds. Looks like it's out of the one. Might be a touchback. We'll see.
Little mishap
All right.
there by Jonathan Guerrero.
Looks like it's going to be a touchback. So the De La Salle will start at the 20-yard line.
I'll just point out, in last week's game against Monterey Trail, there were like 3 kickoffs like that. So when you miss it up high.
Now I want to bring up the rivalry that St. Francis and De La Salle have had for a couple years now. It's been known that there's been a huge streak where De La Salle would often beat St. Francis. Now, 2 years ago, that streak ended when St. Francis beat De La Salle 31-28 in a historic win caused by a last-second touchdown. Ever since then, it's been a couple of downsides, and we're back here to see how this streak will continue. This rivalry, I mean.
Yeah, 2nd and 8 now. Off a run by the Spartans.
And we see a power F formation here by De La Salle. They ran this against Sarah last week.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of power formation from these two teams.
Kelly gets a good number of yards there.
It's a first down for the Spartans.
And there is Chase Kuhn in the tackle. Once again, he knows where to find the runner, where he's at. Like we said before, 21 combined tackles last game against Monterey Trail. A pretty underrated stat that we have to take notice again today.
Another handoff to Kelly. Gets a couple more yards.
Kelly right up the middle. Seems like they're going to do a lot more rushing plays here in this drive, as we saw with their last 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they're running the ball a lot. Here's another run. Looks like it's to Kelly again, and it looks like it's another first down for the Spartans.
Kelly is storming through. He's gotten yards after yard. Seems like he got the first down there. Nearing the midfield line.
We need to get Dominic Kelly the ball more. It just hasn't happened. He said it last week. He only had 6 carries. Well, I would say if you give it to him the first 4 times in the game, you're making a point of giving Dominic Kelly the ball.
We might see some more action by Dominic Kelly, the running back here.
Here's another run to Dominic Kelly. He gets about 3-4 yards here. It's going to be second down.
It's going to be Chase Cahoon again on the tackle. He just seems to be everywhere.
Yeah.
He got him from behind this time. De La Salle seems to be running right now.
Dominic Kelly and company have been storming this first drive by Spartans.
Oh, great tackle.
Seems to be by number 6.
Sione.
Some huge play here is going to make it a third down. Looks to be about 3rd and 8. Here, the Lancers can get off the field. Likely it's not going to be another running play for the Spartans here, so we can see a passing play here. See what the Lancers can do.
They continue with this I formation. Fave under center here.
Toa Fave
Shoots
looking
the
to pass. And it's broken up.
Just a great read by Joseph Paul Payer there.
We saw last game as well against Helix 2 weeks ago. Joseph Paul Payer makes some key tackles, stop yardage, and he did it again today.
Yeah, St. Francis has a lot of noticeable X factors on both their offense and defense. It's safe to say that Paul Payer is certainly one of them. Setback punts.
Fair
For
catch
De La
is
Salle.
called. And the Lancers look like they're going to start with their first drive at the 21-yard line. Here's Aaron Knapp on the field.
And in comes the Lancers offense.
De La Salle seemed to be going pretty fast, but the Lancers were able to slow them down and eventually stop them. It just seems to be some characteristic of the team. Like, everyone's running super fast on and off the field.
Yeah.
They're moving the runs down really fast. I don't know if it's just me, but I think it's something to take note of. They're just, I guess, some sort of tactic almost.
Absolutely. Running the football to make the game a lot quicker. But that tackle for loss by Sione really helped out the Lancers. Let's see what the offense can do here.
Knapp goes to Kingston.
Breaks a couple of tackles, but is only able to get 3 yards.
Yeah, and about that first drive by the Spartans, you can see that the rushing attack, in some good reason, was pretty efficient up until an attempt to pass and some good tackling by Cahoon. The defense on the Lancers has seemed to be pretty improved.
And for a lot of them up in the Eagles game, they're already down multiple scores and still kept running the ball until
Second and 8.
Lancers play action.
Out to Sione. That's another fantastic play by Sione.
Absolutely.
Was back at the first down.
Just a quick out route. Got himself open, and there was nobody there, and moved the Canes. Just a great job.
Lancers have seemed to slow the pace down of the game, and it seems to be going in their favor right now.
Very confident pass by Aaron Knapp right there. First completion of the game. Let's see what we can see from Knapp.
So I guess that changes things. We thought that they were just going to do a rushing game similar to the Spartans, but I guess they're out to do something different today.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. We'll see a little bit of the passing and throwing that we saw against the Highlanders, and that seemed to work for the Lancers.
First and 10. Knapp, quick drop to Kingston. Gets a couple yards on that play. And K9, as we said before, has been instrumental in the Lancers offense this season. He's totaled 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games, as mentioned, with a 3-touchdown game against Monterey Trail. One of the bright stars in this team, and might have a great game tonight against the Spartans.
2nd and 7 here. See what the Lancers come up with.
They stick with Knapp and K9.
Yeah. Knapp in the shotgun. Oh, it's fumbled.
Tyson fumbled.
Looks like the Spartans are on top of it. And that's going to be a turnover.
And there it is.
Here goes the roar of the crowd from this side. Excited about that turnover.
Quick fumble there. Knocked out of the receiver's hands. Now we're unable to see who exactly it was that caused the fumble, but a great recovery by the Spartans, and now they're poised to get a good drive going here and potentially make their first score.
I think the Spartans here are looking to speed up the pace of the game now that they're inside Lancer territory. Start the running game, catch the Lancers off guard, and I guess we'll see how the Lancers can respond. Do something, get the Cahoons on the tackles, maybe even Sione, something like Sione's play, some sort of miracle.
Yeah, it seems like some altering ideas. The Lancers are going slow in the huddle, while the Spartans are getting out of the huddle really quickly.
Oh, and they're picking up the pace now. Quick play action right there. And a surmountable rush, around 5 yards there by Kelly. Maybe even more. 2nd and 5 now.
Second and 5.
We saw some good highlights on defense by the Spartans. In fact, they had 2 interceptions last game against Sarah, both of them by Jaden Nicholas.
Yeah, their defense is very tough. It'll be hard for the Lancers to get the ball down the field. So.
Power I again.
I formation for the Spartans. Looks like it's another handoff to Kelly. He breaks it to the outside, and he's got a first down. Looks like it's about a 7-yard rush there by Kelly.
Impressive rush by Kelly. He managed to get past the initial linebacker there.
The Spartans almost have the Lancers scramming to get into their positions. It's throwing them off, I feel like, from spectator point of view. But
Yeah, we haven't seen one pass yet from Toa Fave, have we? No, we did. It was him.
The rushing attack just causes a big sense of urgency in the Lancers defense. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Looks like it's a false start on the Spartans. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Spartans now.
And that is a holding penalty on the Spartans. First and 15 now.
It's another handoff to Kelly, and it's a big play at the line of scrimmage right there.
and that's
Once again.
Chase Cahoon again.
Once again. Just when we thought the Spartans were gaining momentum, Chase Cahoon was able to stop them.
Yeah,
Cause
making
more
it
pressure.
2nd and long. 2nd and 14.
Second and 14, not 15. Quick draw to
Looks like it's
15.
Gaden Jefferson.
Almost all
And
the
he
way.
got a first down right there by Gaden Jefferson.
Wow, what an explosive rush by number 15 there, Jaden Jefferson.
Yeah, Jackson Cahoon might have just saved the touchdown right there with that push out of bounds.
Exactly. He was on track to meet the end zone.
Yeah, the
What a
Spartans
rush.
are in the red zone now. Let's see what the Lancers can do. Can they hold them to 3?
Fabi tripped a little bit, but gets it to the running back, who gets there. Derek Blanche.
There's a flag on the play. It's likely going to be a face mask on the Lancers.
Blanche ripped through the defense there, but seems to be a whistle there. Couple holds there on the play.
I think there was a face mask on the Lancers and probably a hold on the Spartans. So let's see. Maybe the fouls will offset here and we'll replay the down.
We see some really good rushes by several of their backs. Jaden Jefferson, Dominic Kelly in the beginning, and now Derek Blanche almost got that touchdown at the very end.
Touchdown for the Spartans. Looks like the flag was just a face mask on the Lancers. So 6 points are on the board for the Spartans.
Just a quick rush there by the Spartans as Finn Sepig now lines up for the PAT. Incessant boos from the Rage Cage there.
Finn Sepik. And it's good.
And
7-0.
there, Chase Kuhn almost got that tackle on the placeholder there. Great opening score by the Spartans in the first quarter.
Yeah, this all started off the fumble forced by the Spartans on the Lancers drive. Let's see what the Lancers can do now with their second drive of the game.
if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the first 2 games De La Salle played, they were down quite a bit at the very beginning of their games. This might be their first opening score in the season. And who knows what momentum they might gain now. St. Francis has to look out.
Derek Blanche, 13-yard touchdown run, gets the Spartans on the board, and they take a 7-0 lead over St. Francis. 5-play, 39.
Sepix is going to kick a little further down the field with Kiana Aina and Perryon Williams to receive.
7-0, 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Here's Stepe to kick it to the Lancers here.
Now what can we see as a potential payback by the Lancers offense?
Looks like he's booming it out of the back of the end zone. It's going to be a touchback for the Lancers. We'll see Aaron Knapp from the 20-yard line. Let's see what they do this on this drive. What do you expect to see here, Rohan?
I want to see some more passing plays, but rushing should be the key, as we had K9 just go off last 2 games. It wouldn't be surprised if he had his rushes, but I want to see some more passes from Aaron Knapp here. I think he has the confidence to throw it to some other receivers and get us on the board. Sharon Berg
That's Sharon Berg with the carry. Looks like he went backwards there. The Spartans read that play perfectly and completely took out that play in the backfield.
Just some great linebacker play.
Yeah, the run game has not been great for the Lancers so far today. I think that's going to have to change if the Lancers want to try to score here.
Second and 11. That was actually a loss of yardage on that first play.
Second and 11. Aaron Knapp under center. Sharonberg in the backfield. It's another handoff to Sharonberg. Going out to the left.
What a run by Sharonberg.
And that was a good burst right there.
Sharonberg has really set his place in the Lancers offense as quite an X factor. In the first game against Helix, he had a 46-yard run towards the end of the game. And against Monterey last week, he had a good share of special teams plays, defensive plays, and some rushes for the offense. He is quite literally everywhere on this team and looks to make some plays here on offense early in the game.
Here's a 3rd and 2. Sharonberg is still the back. Aaron Knapp under center. Sharonberg is going to get the carry, but he's not going to get the first down. It looks like he might have got 1 yard max.
And that is tough. As a 3rd down play,
And the Lancers are going to punt this one away.
was unsuccessful there. So what are your thoughts there, guys? Why put Sharonberg there and not K9? This seemed like a pretty big change of plans in the first quarter.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something's wrong with Kiana right now, but Sharonberg was really good in our game against the Highlanders, so they might have seen some sparks there and wanted to see if he can get find a hole in this Spartans defense.
My thoughts exactly, Ishan. A calm punt by Chris Hahn, received by Jonathan Guerrero. Gets a good number of yards there to start the Spartans offense at the midfield.
Yeah, here we go again. The Spartans have great field position. They're already in the Lancers side of the 50.
So Sanjeet, one big weakness that the Lancers pretty much have had all season throughout has been momentum and stopping it. When Helix got a good amount of scores based on some fumble recoveries and a pick 6, they kept the offense rolling. on our trail, we were actually up 28-7, and they had a good momentum going at the very end to almost get us up at 20-21. So now that the Spartans are up 7-0, if they get a score here or attempt to, how could that be a danger to our team this game?
I mean, let me start off first with saying that the offense and defense for the Lancers are playing great. It's just those unfortunate mistakes that lead them to basically give up these touchdowns and eventually make up the game. That's what happened against Helix with those turnovers near the touchdown, and hopefully they can avoid that today.
Spartans start their second offensive drive here. And
That's a handoff to Blanche, and it's going nowhere. He gains.
Afoa Cadillac Tua just rams the running back here. Just great linebacker play. Tua actually had a forced fumble last week against Monterey Trail, which caused a fumble recovery for a touchdown to start off the game. He's been pretty good as a linebacker this season.
Looks like Jefferson is the new back for the Spartans here. And they got Toa under center. Jefferson ran for about 3 yards. Looks like he's going to be about 3rd and 7 here. Here's a big play for the Lancers. Let's see if they can get a stop here, get the ball back. That's how you said, Rohan. You have to stop the momentum. So this is a big play to stop the momentum from the Spartans here.
Exactly, big play here. If Spartans find a way to get past this 3rd and 7, this is danger for the Lancers. But let's see what the defense has to show against this already rising offense here.
2 receivers out wide for the Spartans.
Looking like a possible screen pass or maybe just a deep slant throw.
Yeah, they got Kelly in the backfield. He's fumbled the ball.
And missed opportunity there by the Spartans to generate something, and seems like a turnover on downs.
Yeah, no, it's going to be 4th down. Looked like Toa Fave was trying to do a play action or a zone read right there and lost the ball when he was trying to fake the handoff. And it's going to be 4th and 11, and Spartans are going to come and punt the ball. So Lancers will get the ball back.
Joey Paulson to receive.
Joey Paulson.
Yeah, Finn Sepik is... Oh, yeah.
He's going to let it bounce, and it's going to be the Lancers ball at the 5-yard line. It's a great punt by Sepik, putting the Lancers very deep into their near their end zone.
So, Ishan, Sanjeev, I just want to ask, this rivalry has gone on for quite some time now. As we mentioned, they had a historic win over De La Salle back in 2021, 31-28. Last year, not so much. St. Francis lost 35-3 at De La Salle. Looking at that loss and the redemption that we felt playing against De La Salle back 2 years ago, how much would a win here mean to the Lancers?
I mean, a win would be great. It's get some momentum, 2-game winning streak. Looks like Karenberg is running still, so don't know what's going on with Kingston Kiana. And that's the end of the first quarter. It's 7-0. Spartans are up.
And we end the first quarter, 7 to the Spartans, 0 to the Lancers. And considering we saw both plays from both offenses and defenses, what can we evaluate from this first quarter, guys, on any side of the ball?
I mean, coming into the game overall, I think we all knew that De La Salle was definitely the stronger team here. But St. Francis, the Lancers definitely still have a chance to compete. And as I was saying about those unfortunate mistakes, that's basically what makes or breaks the game for the Lancers against the Highlanders. They could have gotten 2 extra touchdowns, and that would have definitely put them in the game for a win or possibly a closer loss for sure.
Yes.
And even here, that fumble, they are unfortunate mistakes, but in the end, that's what's gonna make the game. If the Lancers can cap those mistakes and do what they're doing regularly, because they're doing fine on pressure and whatever, they're doing fine. They're having good plays. They're rushing good. If they can cap those mistakes, I think the Lancers can be successful here against the De La Salle.
Yeah, absolutely,
Spartans.
Sanjeet. The turnovers have been a big problem for the Lancers in this game and against the Highlanders. Right now, I think they're going to need to get some more yards because they're backed up in their own end zone. We cannot give the Spartans great field position again for the third straight time. It's 2nd and 11 here. Looks like that's a false start on the Lancers. It's going to be moving it back another 2 yards.
Not sure what the idea was there by the Lancers offense, but
Well, they were in I formation. I was assuming they were going to run there. Looks like Kingston Kiana is back in the game. I think he was the halfback there. See, now it's 2nd and 13. They're at their own 2-yard line. You really can't throw the ball here because you don't want to risk anything bad coming out here. So
yeah, the worst possible case here is a safety. Would expect some type of play action, some sort of pass to occur out of this. 2nd and 13 now. Start of the second quarter.
as you said, play action.
Good pass by Knapp to Daniel Swank.
That was a huge hit by the Spartans right there. Absolutely laying out Danny Swank on the ground there.
And the defense for the Spartans are showing what they came to do. They're talking about their business now, making hard hits and pretty explosive plays. We already saw in the first quarter that fumble they had was due to a hard hit by the Spartans defense. They're showing that they could do this again if the Lancers pay attention.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 here. It's a big play for the Lancers. You want to try to get this 5 yards, really.
Now it's 3rd and 5. What can the Lancers muster up here?
Yeah, running a shotgun. Aaron Knapp. Looks like
Knapp.
Kiana's in the backfield. Looking
Deep
deep.
throw.
And it looks like it's incomplete. It's caught. The receiver said, the saying he caught it. Is that Mac Moroka? What a catch!
What a catch by Mac
What
Moroka.
a big play!
That's phenomenal. Holy
Holy
moly,
moly.
guacamole.
And this is a pass that was really needed by the Lancers, revitalizing their offense at the right time.
I'm going to be totally honest. I disengaged from the play. I thought it was dropped. But, man.
Just a great throw, great placement by Knapp, and the impressive rebound by Moroka, heavily guarded by number 25, Jaden Lickless there. He's also been one of their shining stars on the Spartans defense, so it's no small deal right there.
Flag
Yeah,
on the
there's
play.
a run right there by Kingston Kiana, but there's a flag on the play.
And Mac Moroka, we've seen him everywhere, not even on the receiving end, but defensive end as well. He's been a key player, and there's no wonder why he has been a great leader, a great captain for this team.
Yeah, he had that interception last game. Basically the new Travis Hunter out here for the Lancers.
Exactly. We saw his deep ability to read these catches with a 19-yard touchdown against Helix in his first game. He knows from experience how to read these throws, even if it's under a quarterback that he has less experience under.
That's going to be a costly penalty right there for the Lancers.
Yeah, it's going to be 1st and 20. Backs him up.
And momentum that St. Francis had mustered up might be waiting a little bit. 1st and 20 now.
Perryon Williams in motion. They give him the ball. Perryon Williams breaks free. It's a great run right there by Perryon Williams. Looks like he got to the 40-yard line right there. It's a big play.
And Perryon Williams has really broken out in several ways as well. That rush was nothing really out of the ordinary for him. He just knows how to read these defenses without having to try much. I feel like that's an ability that he's had with his team.
Yeah, the offense is looking really good in the second quarter right now for the Lancers. They got 2 receivers at the top. Perryon Williams in motion again. Looks like it's a handoff to Kingston Kiana. He breaks through and he gets a first down.
And we're seeing the same thing we saw last game and the game before. Kingston Kiana knows how to just pack in against the defenses, getting these strong, hard-earned yards.
Yeah, right now the Lancers seem to have all the momentum. Their offense is feeling really good. Aaron Knapp seems comfortable.
The Rage Cage is chanting as well. Everything is looking in the Lancers' direction. Can they keep it up now?
Yeah, this drive started at their own 5. It's already gotten about 40 yards here.
And now at midfield, can they kind of end this drive on a good note to start the second quarter off?
I formation, handoff to Kingston Kiana, and he gets blown up in the backfield.
And we're seeing some really good linebacker action by De La Salle. Hard hits, good reads as well. It's no doubt that they are putting in the pressure on St. Francis here.
Yeah, I mean, their corners also got most of Lancers' receivers locked up. I feel like Mac Roca was just lucky on that play to come out with the ball and get that pass.
Yeah, 2nd and 12 here for the Lancers. Aaron Knapp in the shotgun. Scherenberg as the back. Halfback draw.
Scherenberg has
Here's a good
all the
play.
open space.
Scherenberg's got open space. He's in the open field. He's down the sideline. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Lancers!
Andrew
What
Scherenberg.
a play by Andrew Scherenberg. Like we said, the X factor for the Lancers this season, and it is no small deal here. He just packed through the Spartans defense to equalize, or hopefully equalize, the score at the second quarter here.
Holy moly, what a play call. What a great draw play design. Andrew Scherenberger made many guys miss on there. What a beauty that was, man. What a big play.
And that is the energy that St. Francis needs this game. That is the momentum that they have to carry on throughout the rest of these quarters.
Chris Hahn here to kick. And he drills that extra point. He has
like
not
he has
missed
all
an extra
season.
point all season, yeah.
And we are tied 8 minutes into the second quarter. Spartans 7, Lancers 7. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game here.
That's resilience right there. All the way back in their own territory. It's broke into De La Salle's territory. Andrew Scherenberg had a 46-yard run in Helix against Helix 2 weeks ago, and he was looking for that touchdown today. He wanted to complete that run. He was hungry. Almost had 3-4 defenders on their knees, and he went all the way. He was not stopping today, that's for sure.
Yeah, as you guys said, he's the X factor. They haven't been running Kingston Kiana as much as we thought, but Andrew Scherenberg, he's been doing great out there for the Lancers.
I mean, who would have thought? I mean, he's like Cordero Patterson, the Joker position right there. I feel like more Scherenberg plays could mean a lot more for the Lancers this game. Obviously, K9 is a great factor on running back, but who knows what could happen coming into this game.
Yeah, this is great. We got 2 fresh running backs. Kiana can come in fresh. Scherenberg comes in fresh, and big plays happen. I mean, this is what happens when you get multiple running backs that are amazing.
And that's coming after a great catch by Roca, too. This whole drive has just revitalized the Lancers offense, and we want to see more of this coming down this game. Hahn to start off the next drive. And the crowd is back at it too, man.
It's return from the 3-yard line.
Guerrero has been pretty explosive as well as return specialist.
Yeah, Spartans are going to start this drive from the 25-yard line. But from their previous drives, this is actually not some great starting field position. They've been starting in the Lancers territory for more than half this game. So let's see what the Lancers can do here on defense here.
As we said before, how much would a win against De La Salle mean here? Just 1 touchdown, and the Rage Cage is active. Everyone here is eyes locked in, ears open.
Yeah, it looks like the Lancers are pumped up right now. Everybody's so hyped.
Second and 7 on the play action.
Yeah, the Spartans seem to rush to the line whenever they break the huddle. Seems like they're trying to catch the Lancers off guard.
I see them more zone here on St. Francis.
Here's a handoff to Jefferson, and he's going to break free. He's on the sideline.
40, and is tackled there by Cahoon and Roca. But what a play by Spartans to answer that drive. That seemed to be at least 30 yards.
Yeah, that was a great toss play right there by the Spartans. Jefferson took it to the outside, broke a couple of tackles, and we got a tackle right there by Cahoon. They might have got a touchdown right there, and we would have had a 14-7 game.
Can the Spartans respond here?
They are already at midfield. Note that. Let's see what they have in store.
It's another handoff to Blanche, and he's going to get a hole. Right now, it looks like the Spartans' offensive line is figuring things out. Looked like there was a couple of Lancers on the ground right there.
But you can see Spartans taking their time on the huddle compared to the first quarter. That first quarter, their first 2 drives, they were just at it, almost no huddle time, just going at it, rushing. But here they seem to be taking their time. Maybe that's benefiting them here.
It's benefiting them because it's only taking them a matter of plays to already get to the Lancers side of the field.
They are still running it fast, and here's another handoff to Blanche. And he's gone. No, he's breaking through.
Nails through.
And he's
tackle
down.
there by
Yes.
Jackson Cahoon.
Jackson Cahoon right there just saved the touchdown. But Blanche is just breaking free right now. And the Spartans have just getting big runs after big runs here. First by Jefferson, now by Blanche. And now the Spartans are down in the 1.
Great run by Derek Blanche.
Looked like he was trapped there and then somehow just broke through.
We just saw one by Jefferson. Blanche answered back. Spartans are also answering back in their own ways.
It's a QB sneak. And no signal.
Looks
Touchdown.
like a touchdown to the Spartans. Wow. In just under 3 minutes, the Spartans have answered back to get a score above Lancers.
Yeah, Toa Favegas did it himself on that play. He just QB sneak, pushed the pile, and got that 1 yard needed.
More incessant boost by the Rage Cage here as Finn Sepik lines up here for the PAT. Extra point is good.
The boos don't affect Sepik. He's got a strong leg. He knows what he's doing. I mean, he has multiple D1 offers. That ball's going nowhere but inside the field goal.
Fully agree, Sanjeet. As midway in the second quarter, we find ourselves Spartans 14, Lancers 7. We still have the game here, but can the Lancers keep it up and answer back now?
Yeah, the offense looked really good on that last drive. Let's see if they just keep running the ball with Sharonberg and Kingston Kiana, and maybe even some throws. I mean, we had that little pass to Perryon Williams, whatever you want to call it, wide receiver screen. We'll see what they do here.
The Lancers do receive in the second half, so maybe a slow game here. Not allow the Spartans to get another drive and put some points on the board.
Yeah, that's a
and
great
if you're
idea,
the
Sanjeet.
Spartans, you want to do the opposite. You want to get this, wrap it up, maybe even put 7 points on the board.
I'm just noticing like more confidence, more variability in this Lancers offense this game. They seem to be more comfortable running plays with other members of the team. We saw Danny Swank earlier in the half. We saw Sharonberg as well getting more action. How is this going to help us gain an advantage over the Spartans? Sepik back to kick off.
It's a nice return by the Lancers. They're going to have the ball at around the 31-yard line.
And
That was Perryon Williams on the return.
Perryon had a good amount of returns against Mount Trail as well, to add to his interception as well last week. He has been all around as well. First and 10 at the 32.
I formation for the Lancers. Kiana in the backfield. It's a play action.
Knapp scrambling.
Aaron Knapp looks like he's going to pass it there. And that's caught by Mac Maroka. What a play by Aaron Knapp right there. Gets out of the pocket, rolls out to his right, and finds Mac Maroka open. And that was a big gain, about 16 yards right there.
And we're seeing the improved vision by Knapp right there. He knew where to scramble. He knew where his man was. And just a confident pass. Didn't have to really stutter there. He knew where Maroka was. And just great execution overall.
Yeah, the offense right now for the Lancers is just going perfectly right now. Looks like everything they want, they're getting.
Seems like a really offensive game already, man.
Here's Perryon Williams on the pitch.
And Perryon just gets nailed there. Seems like Dom Gawlis and Kelly Pasa has some stuff to say there. Safe to say
Yeah, it looks like he got
Spartans
hit in
have
the head there.
their fair share of dogs on their defense.
Yeah, now it's about to be 2nd and 8 for the Lancers. We'll see what they run here. It looks like they're trying to take a lot of time off the clock, as Sanjit said. Try to make a long drive here, score right at halftime, and get the ball to start the second half.
And as I said earlier, we want to see some more passing plays now. That seems to be a big key to this offense. 2nd and 8 at the 47.
This is a handoff to Kingsley Kiana, bounces it to the outside.
Kainana just power rushes to get the first down there.
I think it's going to be a little short right here, though. Looks like it's about to be 3rd and inches. Or no, maybe it is a first down.
Yeah, he just got there.
Kiana Aina, he just moves like butter. He slips through everyone's hands and
He got the immaculate flow, I would agree.
able to get past a lot of players.
Yeah, I agree, Sanjit. He's like butter.
Lancers taking their time now on this drive. They seem to have some formation, a little bit contrasting of what they had before. 2 backs now with Knapp.
Probably going to fake to one. Oh, no, both are going to the outside. Aaron Knapp going to go right up the
Just finds
middle.
himself down there. Oh, and he's pressured.
Yeah,
Gets
the
blasted there by the
Spartans
linebackers.
had the linebackers ready for Aaron Knapp. He had nowhere to go.
He did have Kiana Aina open though on his left.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought he was past the line of scrimmage or throwing it backwards would have been risky there.
I think he was trying to look deep there, but no options.
The butter might have been spread there.
Yeah, I think right there he should have just ran forward, seen how many yards he could have got in.
See if the Lancers can get
2nd and 11 on the 40. Any deep run or solid pass could ensure a field goal. Something that the Lancers haven't actually done at all this season so far.
Yeah,
They
the
like
Lancers
their
are taking a
touchdowns.
lot of time. It looks like they're going to call a timeout here.
Man, I'm actually impressed with the offense here. They've been playing very well. Kingsley Kiana Aina, Andrew Scherenberg, Mac Roca, Perryon Williams, all their star players doing star plays. And it's just the amount of confidence they have. They're able to get yards down the line, and
Yeah,
it's going to count.
everyone has a fair share of the offense here, not just a one-man team. And that comes into a good benefit here. You need to have other skill sets in order to kind of capitalize on this defense as skilled as the Spartans.
Yeah, I want to highlight the play of Aaron Knapp so far. He's been phenomenal with that great throw to Mac Maroka on 3rd down. I mean, that throw was on the money. Like, it was just perfect. And then he had that scramble where he threw it out to Mac Maroka again. I mean, he's just been really, really good today.
Fully agree there, Ishan. Reaching the bottom half of the second quarter towards the end of the half here. And the timeout has come to an end. Let's see what the Lancers have in store for us.
Yeah, Kiana Aina is the back here. Looks like Aaron Knapp's going to be under center.
Aaron Knapp has had a pretty solid showing tonight. Can he keep it up? Knapp draw
Play
back.
action.
Scrambles right.
Throws on the run. Looking for Perryon Williams, but that's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 11 here.
It's going to be one of those key plays, just like Ishan said. The pass to Mac Maroka gave the Lancers a boost down the field, and he's going to have to pull something off here.
Looks like there's a flag on the field. Likely it's going to be a holding on the Lancers if they accept it, because usually if your quarterback has that much time, and they seem to have accepted, it's going to be 2nd and 21. So, yeah, 2nd and 21. No, it should
3rd
be.
and 21. And we go past midfield. This is a pretty dramatic drawback for the Lancers here. Not the biggest news that they would wanted to hear.
What do the Lancers do here, boys?
I say go with the butter here. I mean, the butter is melted so far, but we need to see more of K9. I would actually appreciate a long rush. What about
Yeah,
you
I
guys?
do think they're going to run the ball here. I mean, the line judge says second down, so I'm a little confused here. They're looking to throw.
Instead they go for a pass.
Aaron Knapp. Oh, it's a screen pass to
down.
Kingston Kiana. Makes a man
And
miss.
K9
He's still going.
goes past the 40.
Yeah, that was second down, so this will be about 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. And it looks like the Spartans should have declined that penalty, man.
And
They would have
what-
had 3rd and 11.
What did we say? The butter just made his way down midfield. A good third down here now for the Lancers.
Yeah, here, I mean, what do you guys think Chris Hahn's field goal range is? Do you think they're in field goal range? Do you think they need to get some more yards for a field goal? Or
I mean, personally, I have not seen Chris Hahn kick this far. He's been very successful at the 20 or before, but I've never seen him kick this far.
yeah, maybe a run play here.
3rd and 3.
We'll see. They got 3 receivers out to the outside on the right-hand side.
Now,
Aaron Knapp rolling out to his
Drop
right.
back again.
Looks like he's throwing it to
Alatini. Great play coverage here. And I mean,
Zephaniah Alani with the catch right there. And that's a first down. And we got 2 minutes and 28 seconds here.
just great alternating of the passing and rushing. Seems like they know what they're doing here when they decide to rush or pass. I mean, K9, that move before Alatini's catch was just great thinking. The check down screen pass seemed to work there, and the flow afterwards just was immaculate.
Yeah, I want to add, like, when Aaron Knapp is rolling out to his right, his throws have been really good. Here's a run to Kingston Kiana, brings it to the left side.
Down the
going
left,
down,
the
going down the sideline.
Too much momentum there to keep it going, but just another impressive run to get that first down.
Yeah, here we go with the big runs. Kingston Kiana had a big run here. Had the Andrew Sharonberg big run. Looks like it's going to be first down at the 11, so you can get a first down at the 1, but likely if you want to get the ball past the first down marker, you're going to have to get a touchdown here.
He couldn't find the D at the very end. At the 12 now, 1st and 10.
Now, we know what happened last time here when we were playing the Highlanders. We do not want to see that again. Kiana on the run,
Lips.
and he slips. Looked like the Spartans were reading that play perfectly. Their D-line had a great push there.
2nd and 10. Plenty of opportunity for the Lancers here. Maybe switch up with Sharonberg or throw it out to Roca or Williams.
I mean, they just seem so comfortable. They know their options, and they have found the cracks, safe to say, in De La Salle's defense.
Yeah, I think we might see another rollout for Aaron Knapp where he rolls to his right and tries to find a receiver. Also going to the right. We'll see here. Got 2 receivers out wide.
2nd and 10 now.
Aaron Knapp looking to throw. Moving out to his left. And he's sacked.
Chris Biller found his gap and sacked Knapp.
It may be 3rd down, but it's been a while since the Lancers have given up off of a 3rd down, and
I mean, just never back down.
I don't think they plan to do so
Never give up.
right now.
Yeah, I would expect the Lancers throw to the end zone right here. Let's see what they do here.
Chris Biller, along with the other linemen there, have been pretty instrumental in safeguarding some of the other explosive plays by K9, Sharonberg, the other receivers as well. Don't mention the hard hits, they were also instrumental in that too. They have been pretty great on the Spartans defense, safe to say.
The Lancers have played this drive very well. Only 1 minute, 10 seconds left. If they try to throw it in the end zone here, if that doesn't work, let Chris Hahn do his magic, get 3 on the board and receive the ball and get above the Spartans here. And I think they've played this drive very well along with the last 2 drives. As Rohan was saying, the Lancers offense is super confident. They know what they're doing. And I think that's what's getting them down the field today.
Yeah, as I said against the Highlanders, the worst thing to do is throw an interception or fumble. We better...
Yeah, and
So-
those were those unfortunate mistakes I was talking about. And like I said, they've capped it. They've capped it, and they're extremely successful this drive.
3rd and 10 now. Pivotal play in terms of scoring options. If they can get the first down, that would
First
be
down
nice.
is the 1 yard line. I don't see them getting close to that marker and not getting in the end zone.
Would agree. You need a big power play here. Oh.
It's a flag, or no, it's another timeout. Yeah, De La Salle's calling a timeout here. Looks like the Spartans probably called a timeout here to see what the formation the Lancers are going to come out in.
Yeah, the Spartans really looking to minimize the amount of points to put on the board, and maybe even block Chris Hahn's field goal. But the Spartans really gonna have to find a way to stop the Lancers' confident offense here, and put themselves in the advantage in the second half.
So, fellas, there are some games that we've watched that are, I want to say, monotonous. You know, rushing play after rushing play. You kind of get a little bit bored of the flow. This game has been anything but that. You've seen big catches, some power rushes, pretty good defensive plays on sacks and tackles for loss. You've seen basically everything from a lot of key players, and it's just been more than exciting to watch. I want to know your thoughts on this.
I mean, this game has been great so far. I mean, we've got some good defensive plays with the forced fumble, some big runs, some big catches. I mean, we got a lot of everything here in this game so far. And here's a big play right here for the Lancers. 3rd and 10. Aaron Knapp looking back to throw.
Time to throw.
He's got time. Kingston Keanu on the catch.
Is that the first down?
It's not a first down. It looks like he's about 2 yards short. Now this is decision time for the Lancers.
Do they go for it here?
Do you be super aggressive and go for this, or are you just going to kick this one away? Or kick this into the end zone?
Listen, if
the
I'm
field
Coach
goal.
Cogno, I'd go for it, but a Chris Hahn kick wouldn't do any worse, you know. You keep it at one score, 10-14, but high risk, high reward. We'll see what happens.
I think that's exactly what they're discussing right now.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think, I mean, whatever happens, they do end up receiving it in the second half. They can attempt to run down the field and put 7 on the board. But yeah, as Ron said, high risk, high reward. If this happens, 14-14, and that puts themselves in a huge advantage in the second half. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4th and 1, and the running game has been really good, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Lancers go for it here, but they do get the ball to start the second half. Kicking a field goal here, making it 10-14, and getting the ball to start the second half is also not that bad of an idea. So let's see what they do here out of this timeout. Maybe they just try to draw them off sides. We'll see.
What are the chances we see Chris Hahn on a trick play here?
I would love to see that, you know. Chris Hahn is a dog. He's got the dog in him. I feel like he could just muster up any type of throw to just equalize the score.
I'm totally going to have to agree here. But we do not see the dog on the pitch. That's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like the Lancers are going to go for it here. We might get see a QB sneak by Aaron Knapp here.
Bring
He's
out
under
the
center.
thunder.
Andrew Scherenberg is the back in the backfield. It's going to be a big play here. 4th and 1.
Let's see.
Scherenberg is the back. He's going to punch his way. He goes to the outside.
Scherenberg.
Touchdown, Scherenberg.
His second touchdown of the game. And it couldn't have come at a better
De La
time.
Salle just had no one on that side. Everyone was focused on trying to stop whoever was running the ball down the middle.
That was just great IQ and vision by Andrew Scherenberg. Realized that the middle was completely packed and realized that if I bounce it to the outside, there'll be nobody there. Great play, great score. Chris Hahn going to kick this extra point, and we're going to be tied.
14-14, all tied up at the end of the first half, and that is exactly what you want, to keep this game competitive and close. Chris Hahn here to equalize. And he confidently
And Chris
gets it.
Hahn does have that dog in him, that's for sure.
He is just a Sigma on that field.
Andrew Scherenberg, huge game for him. 2 touchdowns. The first touchdown, insane run. The second one, just quick thinking on his feet. He was able to get that touchdown. And there's now 46 seconds left. Spartans definitely, I mean, we've seen their aggressive, playing tendencies. Let's see how far they can get down the field.
If K9 is butter, Scherenberg is margarine. He's truly the X factor here, and it couldn't have come at a better time, as said before.
Yeah, here the Lancers just want to make sure they gave up nothing silly here. Just want to, if I was Chris Hahn, punt into the back of the end zone. Don't give them any chance of a return. And once the defense gets on the field, just like make sure you get a couple of stops, and we'll get into halftime 14-14. Lasers get the ball, and we'll see what happens after that.
This game has been a roller coaster of just amazingly well thought out plays. And it's just the first half. We have another half to come after this.
Yeah, this has been a wild, great game so far. It's going to be even better second half. I can just feel it.
Again, they are the 18th ranked team in the state.
Yeah, Chris Hahn kicks it to the back of the end zone, and it is a touchback. So
This is
46 and
truly
a half
feat.
seconds left for the Spartans to do what they want to do here.
I mean, I doubt they're going to get too far. The St. Francis defense has been just as good as their offense. They've been stopping significant plays. I guess the St. Francis Lancers just have to hope that the Spartans don't just get like a miracle out of nowhere and go down the field.
Yeah, Toa Fabe has not thrown the ball much in this game. They've gone with a lot of runs. Runs do take a lot of time off the clock. We'll see if Toa Fabe decides to throw it on this play.
All eyes on the linebackers here. The Cahoons.
Kelly is the back in the backfield. Looks like it's a handoff to Kelly.
Strong rush by Kelly. Valiantly stopped by one of the Cahoons. Or was it Trevor Dong instead? Trevor Dong, the middle linebacker, had some impressive tackles against Monterey Trail last week. Shows up again.
Fave looking to throw.
His first completion, maybe not actually, one of his first completions.
Yes, timeout for the Spartans. 26 seconds left.
The key here is just to stop the momentum of this rush. It's already going so fast. We cannot afford to go down a score at the end of the first half, especially after seeing that impressive Scharenberg rush to equalize the score.
Yeah, they would need about another 40 or so yards, maybe a little bit less, to get into field goal range for Finn Sepik. He has a big leg, so they might be just trying to get into field goal range. They have 26 seconds, second down. We'll see what they do here. The Lancers have to make sure they don't play super deep in the zone. You cannot just give up free yards here.
We have already seen the confidence, variability, just the excitedness. Like, St. Francis has shown up today against a team in De La Salle that has been very, very efficient, effective, just pure dominant against some of the best teams here. The Rage Cage is back in action too. Sorry, Sean.
Yeah. You were saying the Rage Cage is back in action, and they are very loud right now. I was just going to say, the Lancers have been rushing 4 this whole game. Maybe we see some extra pressure come on this play or something.
We'll see. Fave has time to throw, goes for the rush instead, gets a good number of yards down the middle, and is down at the midfield.
Yeah, they did take up a little bit of time, looking like the Spartans are trying to clock this ball, trying to get a spike here. The clock is running, 13 seconds.
They managed to...
The clock is going to be stopped at around 9 seconds.
Is that a timeout right there, Ishan?
No, they spiked it there.
I see.
Can they get in that Sepik range? That's the question.
Yeah, they probably need another 10 more yards. Yeah, I would say they need another 10 more yards to get into field goal range for Sepik here. But with 9 seconds left, the Lancers have to make sure they guard the sidelines. I think it seems like the Spartans have one timeout maybe, so they might be able to use the middle of the field.
You have to play some more zone now. All eyes are also on the safeties here.
Oh yeah, you cannot let anything go deep, but make sure you guard the sidelines. They're probably going to be going for the sidelines.
We saw earlier, right, in the first game against Helix, on the very first play of the game actually, which was called off, Alatini blew off a first play touchdown, which was like 70 yards. We cannot let this happen and reciprocate right on this play. Fave has time to throw again.
Here's a good play.
Back. Good pressure on him, but runs down the sideline.
Oh, wide open down the field.
and Jefferson does not capitalize on that. And to St. Francis' luck, the score is equalized 14-14 at the end of the first half.
Man, the Lancers definitely got lucky with that one. As we were just saying, Mac Roca and
As he's running, I'm thinking, don't throw.
oh, there is a flag on the play.
Very close on the line. It's hard to tell.
Good throw by Fave. Might have been slightly overthrown, but he had a great vision on that pass.
It was an illegal forward pass on Fave right there on the throw. So it wouldn't have mattered what had happened. Lancers declined the penalty, and it is halftime, 14-14.
So Ishan, Rohan, what are we thinking this half? It's been hype. It's been electric. We've had insane plays from the Lancers offense, and the Spartans have responded. What do we think going further? What's going to happen? And just a general recap over the game, the first half.
Yeah, I'll talk about the offense. The offense has been phenomenal. Since that first fumble in the first play, everything else, they've been great. Big plays from Aaron Knapp. Big plays from Kingston Kiana and Andrew Scherenberg with his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, overall, it's been full of excitement, and a lot of the players have been able to show their skill sets against some of the biggest players out here, and honestly, one of the best teams in the state. This is by no means one of your average games, and that is to be shown here from this first half.
And we're going to send it down.
Hello and welcome to the St. Francis versus De La Salle game here at Ron Calcagno Stadium. A great start to the match came when there was a great kickoff from the St. Francis Lancers. The first drive for the De La Salle Spartans started off well, doing a lot of RPOs, or run-pass options, where they'd fake a handoff and throw it, or they would fake a throw and hand it off. The sideline of St. Francis was doing a great job calling if it was a run or pass to help the defense, which led to a big-time stop on their first drive. First offensive drive went pretty well for the Lancers until there was a fumble and De La Salle recovered the ball. This fumble left the De La Salle Spartans with excellent field position, where they ended up punching in a touchdown with 4 minutes and 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Next started St. Francis team. Now back for the St. Francis offense, trying to trick the De La Salle defense into jumping off sides by going on 2. The offense ended up falling short, which led to the defense getting the ball. But the Lancers held them again. Lancers again fell short with a Spartan touchdown. Finally, Lancers caught back up with a delayed handoff, which led to the score of the Lancer team. Let's go, and let's go into the second half.
Welcome back here in Mountain View, California, at Brother Fisher Field at Ron Calgano Stadium. It's been an exciting game so far here in the first half. It's been electric. We've seen some insane plays from the Lancers offense. Andrew Scherenberg, Kingston Kiana, and Mac Mroka, Perryon Williams, all star players, all star plays. And same with the Spartans. We saw Toa Fave, we saw Jefferson, we saw Guerrero, we saw many players, and we're looking at another strong electric second half here too.
Overall, a really exciting game to watch. Honestly, not your average game. We've seen a lot of exciting plays here that have kind of defined the nature of this. A lot of confidence with both teams here. New plays that are pretty innovative. Some Scherenberg on our offense, defense in Cahoon. On the defense and offense of De La Salle, they have Fave and Guerrero, among others, that Sanjeet described. And Biller, for example, on the defense for the Spartans. Overall, a game that will show to have some legacy here. We start the second half here. I believe it's Finn Sepik kicking for the Spartans. Lancers are going to start us off on the third quarter here.
Points on the board here for St. Francis is going to put them in insane position for the second half, as we said earlier in the first half. This is exactly what the Lancers wanted.
And with Finn Sepik's kick, we are underway in the second half of the game. Perryon gets strangled at the 12.
It's not the best start here for the St. Francis Lancers, but we've seen them.
Yeah, they started
all
on the
the way
5-yard
down.
line on their touchdown drive before, so this is fine. We'll see what they do here on first down. New half.
The key here is figuring out what is the time to go for a rushing play or a passing play. This was something that wasn't really introduced until this game, actually. We've seen a lot more confidence in Aaron Knapp to throw the ball deep to some of his targets, and this could definitely happen in this drive, as we are just starting this drive off now. First and 10 on the 19.
First and 10. Aaron Knapp is under center. Kiana is in the backfield. It's a handoff to Kingston Kiana.
Kingston just goes down the middle.
Looks like about a 2-yard rush right there for Kingston Kiana.
And I have to keep mentioning, Kingston is by far the leading rusher on this team. He had 165 yards last game and just dominated against Monterey Trail. This game, he hasn't seen as much action in the first half, but the second half is where he can really shine and get some more yards in and maybe even a touchdown.
Yeah, it's because the running back who just came on the field, Andrew Scherenberg, has been fantastic today.
Second and 8, only 2 yards on the last play there. Knapp is scrambling there, just chucks the ball out on the sideline. Very smart reaction there by Knapp.
Yeah, 3rd and 8 here.
We've seen the Lancers convert most of their thirds into first in that last drive in the first half. I think they're looking to do the same here. I think they've been staying really composed, and they're doing that right now, and that's what's able to open those different plays and get those yards.
You know, overall, a very rocky start to this half. Haven't seen any key play or any energy play, for that matter, by the Lancers so far.
Yeah, I think they got their momentum with those motion plays before the snap. Perryon Williams in motion. That's how they got to the momentum. We're gonna need to see some big plays here.
If I'm Aaron Knapp, I'm chucking this ball. Let's see this.
To draw.
Oh,
to draw
and he
to.
drops it to K9, the 20.
Oh, what a trot,
30.
bro! Just
First down with ease.
the Lancers
It's a
have done
matter of-
really well on the draw plays today. We got a touchdown with Andrew Scherenberg on a draw, and again another first down on 3rd and 8.
And K9 just makes it look super easy down the sideline. Just saves the team another opportunity there. At the 1st and 10 now at the 27. So Sanjeet, Ishan, I want to ask you guys, who has been the most energetic player so far this game? It might be an obvious answer, but I want to see what you guys think.
Oh, it's undoubtedly Andrew Scherenberg, probably who you thought we were gonna say.
K9 down for 4.
A nice rush right there by Kingston Kiana, just pushing through that pile.
Yeah, I would agree. Scherenberg has by far been the most energetic, if not unexpected player. We've already acknowledged him as the X factor in the last 2 games, but he's really dominated. He has the Lancers' only 2 scores of the game, with the 40-something yard run touchdown at the first quarter, and then second quarter, obviously, that energetic rush to equalize.
I formation for the Lancers. That's Scherenberg in the backfield. And he is just keeps pushing that pile. Man, looks like he's going to get about 3 yards there. Looked like he was going to get no yards, but he just pushed that pile for 3 yards right there. Just a great play.
Good linebacker work there by the Spartans. Kai Mono Apela really directed that play among the other linebackers there. We didn't mention the first half. The Spartans have a really competent O-line and D-line. And that's been a pretty big factor that's kept them going in both offense and defense. D-line made some good hard hits in the first quarter. Second quarter, they've kept some sacks and tackles for loss. Let's see what happens in the third quarter.
Yeah, 3rd and 4. What do you want to see here, Rohan?
I want to see some more courage in the offense, at least in terms of passing. And we have more of a wide spread here. It's going to be a passing play. A quick sack. Nap had 0 time to even think. As Chris Biller, as we mentioned, he's just been on a rampage with his 2nd sack of the game.
Once again, as we've been saying for years, but as we've been saying all night, just goes nice right through the lines. Nobody's able to pick him up. Wraps up the Nap, and that's all she wrote. It's a big loss all the way back to the 27th.
Whenever the Lancers seem to try to push back, find an answer on offense, the Spartans' defense has found a way to kind of answer back on their own. And now it's 4th down.
Let's hope Chris Hahn can flip the field. It takes a Spartan bounce. Looks like it's about at the 48-yard line.
Just kind of emulating that first quarter. The Lancers kind of struggling to pick it up on the offensive side. They did have that good conversion to first off of that 3rd and 8. Unable to find it off of that 3rd and 6. But I feel like this doesn't represent anything in terms of what the Lancers can do and will do in the future in this game. And I think they have plenty of opportunity to get ahead of the Spartans. And let's see how the Spartans respond here at the in Lancer territory.
I feel like this is just a wake-up call again for the Lancers. Now in the second half, they got to make sure they keep the flow they had in the first half. As
Kelly breaks through and gets about, looks like he got a 1st down.
Thunder's in for the 1st down there. Good start for the Spartans already. They haven't really lost their flow.
I think the Spartans have remained really consistent throughout the match. It's not been fluctuating, and that's what's keeping them going. Even though the Lancers were hyped, scored that touchdown, they're still doing great.
Yeah, the Spartans just keep running the ball, and it keeps working for them.
1st and 10 now. Choose to do more rush and stop there.
Looks like about a 3-yard gain there for Kelly. 2nd and 7.
Seems to me like these running backs have just not stopped in their power. They keep rotating a good 3 back, 15, 22, and 21. It's been very efficient for them, for sure.
Yeah, Jefferson seems to be that speed back that they use for the outsides, and Kelly seems to be the guy that they use for more inside power runs. So I'm expecting to see an outside run. It's a read option, and the Lancers read that perfectly.
This is the ethos of the Lancers defense. Coming in as a team to tackle the rusher, it was a 4-on-1 there.
Yeah, they read that read option play really well. They didn't follow Jefferson.
You had Longa Kalimoa there, Afoa Cadillac Tua, among others there.
The Spartans seem to be slowing everything down here. Like I said, very different from the first quarter.
Yeah, it's a lot slower than the first half.
For sure, the pace has slowed down quite a bit now. Now we're 3rd and 4 at the 35.
Toa Fave looks like he's going to be under center. Jefferson's the back in the backfield. 2 wide receivers out to his sides. It's a pick to Jefferson. And he doesn't look like he's going to get the 1st down. He looks like he's short.
That's some great defense by the Lancers right here.
Yeah.
4th down. most likely a punt, and this is back to Lancers offense.
Yeah,
And
it looks
I
like
s-
looks like the Spartans are going for it right now. They're bringing back in Kelly as the power back. Looks like they're gonna go a heavy formation and just try to push it straight through the middle. But we'll see.
4th and 3. It's not 4th and 1, guys. They have a little bit more to go.
this is an interesting call for sure from the Spartans.
I mean, it is like at the border of field goal range and like pretty far back. It is a handoff to Kelly, and he is short.
Kelly looking for that first down marker, and it looks like he might have got it.
Will he get it? And it seems like the offense is staying on the field.
They
That
are saying
seems
it's a
like
first down.
That's a great call by the Spartans. Confidence. Put all they could, got that first down, and now they have a new set of downs to get further down the field.
I mean, great resilience. They didn't back down. They didn't give up.
Yeah, this quarter is going very slowly compared to the previous ones. We're already with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in this third quarter. Here's a play action and a throw to number 18.
Number 18, Drew Cunningham.
That's the first from Drew Cunningham today.
Father has found a diversity in targets. Cunningham is just another receiver to look at for Fave. Great catch, great play. And they're just nearing the end zone now to increase his score.
It looks like the Spartans have learned from what the Lancers were doing, using different people, getting different plays, and confusing the defense. And by getting the ball to Drew Cunningham, that's exactly what they did to the Lancers.
Yeah, Rohan, what do you think is an adjustment that Lancers should make to slow down this Spartans offense?
I think you should really toughen this blitz. I think that's what they're going to do here because Fave is going to either go for a simple screen pass or just hand it off to one of the 3 backs. And for what it's worth, it's been pretty efficient, pretty effective for the Spartans, but the Lancers should know by now how to counter this. And unless there's a sort of trick play by the Spartans in this event, maybe a certain pass by another player or a pass to a new receiver, there is a way for the Lancers to counter this. So 1st and 10, the ball is on the 12-yard line.
If the Spartans play it well, we can at least expect 3 points on the board from Sepik.
Still lying on his back right now.
So let's see what the Lancers can cook up here on the defense.
Yeah, 1st and 10 inside the red zone. The ball's at the 12-yard line. The Spartans are looking to get 7 on the board right here. Lancers are trying to hold them to only 3.
Cunningham is
what
off
the-
the field.
I slowed the game up. I'm upset about that.
Looks like Cunningham, not sure if he was limping a little bit, but came off the field a little bit prematurely before the next play started, so let's hope he's doing well.
Spartans in the I
Pretty tough catch on
formation.
the last play. Energetic rush by Kelly. The Cahoons had a great first quarter and a pretty decent second quarter. We need to see some more action from those linebackers again. Otherwise, just a great play.
Yeah, that was a great stop by Lenkaki Momoa right there. Big play. That would have been a touchdown if he didn't get a tackle right there.
That I would agree with.
Second down and 3 from the 5-yard line. Keep it on the ground once again.
2nd and 3 motion. They're getting closer and closer to the end.
So the Lancers scrambled there for a second. No one was on that receiver on that right side.
And that might be their only weakness. Just readiness.
Yeah, right now the tempo is changing from the Spartans. They're going slow, they're going fast, and it's confusing the Lancers up a little bit right now. Last time they were in this position, they considered a QB sneak. I expect the same, and Toa Avai is going to just push, and it's a touchdown for the Spartans. Touchdown.
One more QB sneak by the quarterback Toa Fave. And we've seen from the last 2 games that they've played in, Fave has size. He has the strength to run past these linebackers. He had 2 touchdowns in the first game against Sarah, I believe. Maybe Orange Lutheran. So he's shown that he's capable of getting past these linebackers and getting touchdowns. 20-14 in favor of the Spartans. Good start by De La Salle in this quarter. More boos for Finn Sepik here at the Rage Cage. Strong.
Yeah, as Sanjeev was saying, those boos don't do anything to Sepik. He just drills that extra point.
It's like trying to boo Stephen Curry from shooting a free throw. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's not going to do anything.
My thoughts exactly, Sanjeet. I mean, Finn Sepik, more like Finn's Epic.
Yeah, and like I said, the consistency. Finn Sepik has been a very consistent player, but so has the rest of the team. And that's what's gotten them pretty successful. They've been maintaining their attitude. They've been maintaining their play style. They've been getting down the field through rushing. They've been those QB sneaks. And everything's just working right now for De La Salle. Let's see if St. Francis can make it click here on their offensive drive and get down the field and put 7 on the board to match the Spartans.
Yeah, last drive, the offense did not look so good. They looked like they were out of sorts. They didn't know what they were really doing. We got to make sure that they focus up and figure out exactly what they want to do here.
De La Salle didn't really seem to be that innovative that drive. It was really just the absence of linebacker play. I feel like the Cahoons could have had more of a say there. But overall, good drive by the Spartans.
I mean, like you said, it's also a matter of readiness. They were catching them off guard. The players, the corners were scrambling. The line was scrambling, and that's what led to the Spartans' touchdown.
Finn Sepik to kick us off now. Now, towards the end of the third quarter, it would be nice to have the score equalized just like it was in the last quarter. So what are your thoughts on this? Oh!
Perrion Williams drops the ball, but it will still be a touchback.
Just got to go with that one mishap. But as I was saying, what are your thoughts on this drive here, and how crucial would it be to just the outcome of this game? Because now, think about it, a failed drive here could mean double the score against us.
Yeah, this drive is very crucial. I mean, we can't give the ball right back to the Spartans. They've shown us that they can just run the ball, and they'll just keep running it down our throats, and it's working for them. They've got 21 points, so we need to score here, at least hold the ball and make sure we get a lot of yards, get a lot of first downs. Just keep moving the canes, and I think the chunk plays will come from Sharonberg or Kingsley Kiana, and with those chunk plays, you'll get some touchdowns.
Yeah, another Lancers drive here. Let's see what they can do now. Sharonberg in the back, as we saw before in the first half, has proved that pretty well. 1st and 10. Let's see what happens. Nab to Sharonberg, but he is just dogpiled there.
Yeah, it seems like the motion right now is not confusing De La Salle at all. They did not seem phased at all when anybody went in motion. Lancers might have to switch it up a little bit here with the offense.
This is looking really similar to that Helix Highlanders and St. Francis second half. Trying to run, not working. In that game, they weren't able to find anything new, and that's what eventually led to their loss. But there's a different energy here today. There's different plays. We have using Sharonberg, using the receivers, and I think something else. The outcome can change today.
They have Joey Paulson in now at receiver on the wide end.
Kingston Kiana is in a wildcat formation right there by the Lancers. And Kingston Kiana breaks free! He's going down midfield! All the way to midfield! And that was some trickery by the Lancers. Kingston Kiana in wildcat formation.
Smooth like butter. As we said in the first half, he was slipping through the defenders. Holy moly. Guacamole.
And just when we thought that he'd be tackled down at the 30 or even the 20, he was able to scramble past those 2 linebackers and just rush down the midfield.
Aaron Abb is still not in the game. We have Kingston Kiana back in the wildcat formation.
Kingston to Perrion.
Now, I'm a little confused. What is going on with Aaron Abb? They seem to have kept him off the field for 2 straight plays. What do you think is going on, Rohan?
There's lots of process here. One possibility is he might have gotten small injury. The other is that they're trying to be a bit more courageous here on the play play calling. But we do see Aaron Knapp on the sideline. He looks pretty healthy to me. Can't see much in the issue as of now. But this is a pretty important pause we're looking at here.
There's a flag on De La Salle. Looks like it's going to be a 10-yard penalty or a 5-yard penalty, but should be first and 5 for the Lancers.
Things are just going the Lancers' way.
Aaron Knapp is still on the sideline.
No one seems to be evaluating him at the moment. I think he's just standing there because of the play call. Let's hope that is the case.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're just trying to run Wildcats. I think they just want to use our two best players, Kingston Kiana and Andrew Scherenberg.
2nd and 4 now. Wildcat. Kingston just drives in and is instantly met with retaliation by the Spartans. I think that was Matthew Johnson there.
All right, Aaron Knapp is back in the game. Looks like the Lancers are done running that Wildcat.
I'm loving the diversity of play calling here. Wildcat was a play that was probably never used this season. Looks like that was for the better, too.
Yeah, got a big chunk play out of that Wildcat. Worked really well. And now we'll see what Aaron Knapp can do as the QB.
I mean, it's only 4 yards till first down, so just one down at a time, and they'll get to the end zone and put 7 points on the board.
I mean, like, wowzers.
I formation for the Lancers again. Kingston Kiana is at the back. Play action.
Snap down back. Pressured by 2 linemen there. Oh!
Incomplete. He was looking for Alatani, and that's incomplete. Right now, the offensive line seems to not be holding up very well. I mean, Aaron Knapp was getting pressured very quickly.
Great pressure by the 2 linemen there. One of those was Nemia Talona, 59 for the Spartans. Knapp was able to scramble out of that and get the ball safely out of the field. Alatini was actually there as a target as well. Seemed like the momentum was a little too much for them to get the ball.
Yeah, Rohan, do you think this is 4-down territory? I mean, you're not really in field goal range. You're at the 45-yard line. Do you think they have 2 downs to get this first down, or would you say you'd punt this ball? Or
I'd be scared to do that, but I think given the risk we've taken so far this game, it's a healthy risk. And even if we are unable to capitalize, we have shown our defense that we can stop Spartans from answering back. Screen pass. The fullback seems to get close. Is that the first down right there?
And that is a first down for the Lancers.
Got that confidently down there. Great play call. Once again, we've seen some opportunities given to new players here. Well, not new, but players that have had to have the breakthrough. Pistoletti is one of those players that has gotten that piece of the offensive pie now.
Yeah, I think a screen pass could work well now. I mean, the pressure has gone to Aaron Knapp. Maybe a screen pass to get some play.
And we're seeing now the constant cycle of good defense to good offense. This is indeed a very equal matchup, I'd say. We're nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. What play can the Lancers muster up now? 2nd and 5. This is their drive to capitalize on.
I formation again for the Lancers. Kiana the back. They hand it off. And this time the Spartans read that play perfectly, and they get him in the backfield for a tackle for loss. Looks like it'll be 3rd and 8.
And again, Talona there, the strong lineman, just read the play like a book. Got Kainana down, but barely any yards gained.
Yeah, that might be the last play of this half. We'll see if they run another play.
3rd and 8 now. Honestly, why not go for it? Standard I formation with K9 in the back.
Play action
Play
here.
action. Missed tackle on there. Knapp. Pass to Mroka.
And it's caught. Oh no, they're saying it's incomplete.
Flag on the play, however.
Flag on the play. Ball seemed to hit the floor as Mroka got the ball there. A lot of confusion here. Lot of incessant boosts from the Rage Cage here. Let's see what the play call ends up being. This is a pivotal play.
This is going to be huge for the Lancers.
Looks like the first down for the Lancers. Not exactly sure what happened. We should hear some boos from the De La Salle crowd right now.
Yep.
And a happy Rage Cage. Oh, it was a roughing the passer call on the Spartans.
And double the luck for the Lancers. Not only did Moroka get granted his first down, a penalty was called on the defensive side. And we just heard that the pass to Moroka was actually incomplete. However, the penalty equalizes on that, and the Lancers get the first down here. With 20 seconds left on the third quarter to make a play now.
2 seconds left in the quarter.
2.0 seconds.
Kayana bounce it to the outside. That's the end of the third quarter.
Just a valiant job with the Lancers to end off this quarter.
So here we are at the end of the third quarter. Lancers inching on a touchdown. Theoretically, if that's 21-21, it's going to be a very close game. The whole third quarter was just one drive and then another drive for the most part. 7 and then I guess we'll see now.
I think the big topic we haven't really focused on is just the lack of turnovers. Sure, there was that fumble we had in the first quarter, but after that, it's been play after play. The only way they've been able to stop the play is because of turnover on downs. So this has been pretty good for both teams, actually. And we still have good defense there by good tackles for loss and some sacks as well. Definitely has been pretty competitive.
It's definitely been a very competitive game. We'll see if the offense can get a touchdown here and equalize it. But with 12 minutes left, I mean, how many times can we get more drives back and down the field? I mean, at one point, someone is going to get the last score.
And we've seen Lancers stretch the game. They've had a drive for over 6 minutes. The Lancers are able to do that. We know that for sure. We don't know if the Spartans can do that. However, if the Lancers are able to do that today here in the fourth quarter, then it'll be good for them. And we're now going to go down to the sideline.
It's been a slow start for the Lancers this half, hopefully looking to get an equalizer early into the fourth quarter. Starting off the third quarter was very, very slow for the Lancers, but as the game progressed, De La Salle was able to get a very big drive, pushing them into the end zone and scoring at the 4-minute and 25-second mark. Kingston Kayaina brings hope back into the Lancers as they're able to make it into the Spartan half. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the game now. Crucial drive for the Lancers here.
Back to Kingston Kiana, breaks through. Looks like he got about 3 yards there. It'll be third down. And a huge third down for the Lancers because we need to get a first down here and get some points.
No, we've seen a pretty good success on the third down conversions, but this is the one that almost makes or breaks the outcome here, in my honest opinion. Power I, Sharonberg at back. We know what he's capable of. 3rd and 2 at the 14-yard line. Play
85
action.
in motion. It's a handout to Kingston Kiana. He's pushing the pile. But it looks like the Spartans stuff him at the line of scrimmage.
And Gallitz is just excited. He feels like they stopped the rush. And indeed, it is 4th and 1. The first down was not guaranteed there. And now there's a crucial decision.
Yeah, I expect a QB sneak here. It's just 1 yard. You just want to push the pile. Maybe against the halfback. I mean, we saw what happened when Andrew Sharonberg ran on a 4th and 1. They got a touchdown on that play, so we'll see what they do here.
My thoughts. I don't think I see 33 on there, but as always, they have a plan, and they're going to execute.
Yep, this is definitely a make or break situation, that's for sure.
All eyes on the Lancers as a whistle is immediately.
I would assume it's a timeout was called. De La Salle calls a timeout of the first timeout of the second half. It's a weird situation to call a timeout because in a close game like this, you might want your timeouts to end the game. What do you say, Rohan?
Yeah, I feel like they might have called it a bit too early. Sure, you could stop the momentum here that the Lancers had, but save to the end. Why not?
I mean, it is a huge play. This is probably going to be the biggest play of the game. The Lancers do not get this first down with already being down 7 points. It's not going to be looking good for the Lancers, so huge play here.
Yeah, and I think De La Salle realized that, and they just want to be sure. They want to make sure that that first down doesn't happen. They're able to stop it. They're able to stay 7 up and be on the offensive, and that's going to put them in a great spot for the end of the game.
Look, all odds are on us. We got the Martian being pointed at us. Who do we trust now?
Ishan, I wanted to ask you, what is this, a running game, or what are we thinking?
Oh, it 100% has to be a running game here. I mean, the running backs just can easily get a yard here. I mean, they've gotten so many yards in this game.
What's the possibility of a QB sneak?
I would love to see a QB sneak here.
Aaron Knapp hasn't had that probably at all this season. Would be something very interesting and would add to the variability of the play calling that has been happening this game.
I mean, we saw from the Philadelphia Eagles, I mean, that QB sneak is basically unguardable. Like, they ran it every play.
Exactly.
They weren't even getting 1 yard. They were getting like 3 yards on that QB sneak, so we'll see what they do.
Formation.
They are looking to throw.
Oh, confident
Into the
pass!
end zone. Incomplete.
Broken down.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the
It's
play.
flag on the play. Pass interference.
And number 12, Jonathan Guerrero, had arms on the receiver.
And on top of that, that was almost caught. He had a good.
Let's appreciate the effort by the receiver there. He almost had his hands on that.
What a risky play call right there, but looks like it worked out in the Lancers' favor.
And a much needed first down here. What are the Lancers going to do? Obviously, a touchdown here is the answer. Sharonberg's back.
Yeah, so it was pass interference. They're going to get the ball half the distance to the goal. The ball is at the Spartans' 7-yard line. They make it 6.
They got 11 personnel, I think. They got Sharonberg and they got Behringer at tight end.
Sharonberg breaks free.
Muscles through.
Schoenberg's been really successful here.
Yeah, I mean, if I were the Lancers, I'd just keep running Sharonberg. It seems to have worked all game. We'll see what they do, though.
And 2nd and 2. The Lancers have enough time, enough opportunities to figure out how to get past this last hurdle. Moroka's at the far end. Looks like they could draw something here. Sharonberg's back.
It's a
And
handoff
they give it
to
to Sharonberg, who seems to trip. Not the most desirable play you want.
That was a great stun by the defensive line of the Spartans. Got in the backfield immediately and were able to blow up that play before anything ever happened. But even though that play went bad, I think you just run it again. I mean, we've seen Sharonberg have both touchdowns so far tonight.
Did not play those last 2 snaps, or?
No, he was there.
He was good.
I see. One addition, they have number 19, Behringer, at tight end. Not sure what the motion is there, but
Kingsley Kiana is now the back.
Might
Same
have to
I
go about it.
formation. Let's see what they do here. They're looking to throw.
Knapp scrambling. Can't find a
Rolling
person
right.
anywhere. Just forces
He
out.
throws it out of bounds.
At this point, East Johnson G, I think you'd have to kick, right?
No, I think you have to go for it. I mean, 3 points doesn't do anything here. 17-21. I mean, that's kind of useless.
I see number 9 to bring out the kicking personnel. The Lancers don't seem to acknowledge taking this risk. And judging by the last couple plays, it might be proven so.
Looks like Chris Hahn is out to kick here.
On the bright side, this brings the score still at a 1-score game. A stop on the Spartans could still ensure a lead, a potential lead for the Lancers.
So Chris Hahn makes this field goal in the first place. Put Lancers in that position. Does Chris Hahn continue to have that dog in it?
We shall see.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Seems like a timeout that might have been called.
They intentionally took the delay game.
Chris Hahn,
Looks like they just intentionally took a delay of game. I don't know why. Do they want to make it a longer kick for Chris Hahn? I guess Chris Hahn probably wants it to be a little bit deeper.
fourth
Maybe
and
trying to draw
9.
them off sides. I don't know why you would try to draw them off sides with your kicking unit in, but no, it was an offside. A delay of game.
And Chris Hahn going for the longer kick. Hopefully that was part of the game plan. A kick here would be instrumental if made. Chris Hahn
Kick is
confidently
perfect.
places that ball between the poles, and we are now at a pretty competent score. Lancers 17, Spartans 21 to start off this fourth quarter.
So a lot of trust put in the defense, Lancers defense today, or right now. And let's see if the defense can
Yeah, Sanjay, Rohan, what do you think of that decision to not go for it on fourth down right there?
It was pretty, I wouldn't say strange, but I'd say it's okay for playing it safe, but the entire model of the game for the Lancers up to that point was taking pretty big risks, even if it meant sacrificing the game itself, and I feel like they could have gone for it. They have players with the dog in them, but it's fine to have this safe option and keep the lead at 4 instead of 7. The most important part now is ensuring a stop here, and the defense has been able to do that multiple times this game. Can they do it at the right moment now with this drive?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Spartan runs so far. I mean, they haven't thrown the ball much today, but they keep rotating their running back, so we'll see what the Lancers do here on defense. Well, let's hope for some tackles for loss from Case Cahoon and Jackson Cahoon.
Horizontal kick to Guerrero. Angles his way out. Down the sideline. Chris Hahn makes his tackle.
Oh, no. He's still on his feet. A great return by the Spartans all the way inside the 50-yard line.
And Guerrero just found his way to inch past the linebackers. We saw his fair share of pretty good returns in the first half. No surprise for him doing this now, especially when the time is right to score. Now St. Francis has more pressure on them as the Spartans are already down the midfield. How can they reverse this pressure? How can they ensure a string of ineffective downs now on this drive? And they start with
Looks like a power run to Kelly right there. Looks like you got about 4 yards right there, 4 or 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's just the second possession of this second half. 8:20 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but that's, again, the
Spartans maybe at midfield, but the Lancers have stopped them before with even a worse positioning for them.
I mean, with Dominic Kelly running like Jonathan Taylor, we'll see what happens. But he's back in the I formation along with Toafave, who gives it
Pitch to Kelly.
Kelly.
It's a good tackle right there for the Lancers. It'll be 3rd down in about 1 yard.
A small detail to notice, a couple plays back, was just Chris Hahn's, just his attempt to tackle. I feel like that just embodies the resilience of all the team members, even if it's not his role in his position. He made that attempt to tackle, and he was almost able to do that. So, just great confidence, never back down, never give up, as always, by the Lancers.
All right, 3rd and 1 here. It's a handoff to, looks like Kelly, and he's going to get a 1st down. Yeah, but with it only being 4-point lead, 3 points will still keep it a 1-score game. So the Lancers are okay if they give up a field goal here.
Exactly.
They just can't give up a touchdown.
Prevent end zone. If Sepik kicks, we'll attack back.
Hawk is on him right there, and Kelly able to get another 4 after contact.
Kelly continues his nice game. Asiasi's going to line up to receiver in the slot.
Now they have both Kelly and Jefferson in the game.
Looks like a 12 personnel. Kelly's
Kelly's
down
gonna
the
take the
sideline,
ball.
and Jackson Cahoon just trottles on him.
Yeah, it looked like Jackson Cahoon was going for the ball right there. They're trying to force a fumble. Just trying to get a turnover here.
We've seen that a couple times with this defense, and by all means, they can do this again in this drive. That would for sure change the momentum of this game. All it takes is one crucial play. Can that happen in the ensuing plays in this drive?
Shotgun formation for the Spartans. Jefferson is the back. Jefferson on the toss to the left-hand side.
Hounded.
He's going all the way to the outside.
Passes him and gets a couple yards on the sideline.
Oh no, there's a flag.
The flag cannot have come at a worse time if it's the Lancers.
It might be a face mask on the Lancers.
And looks like Luke Wall might have face
It is a
mask
fit, yeah.
on Jefferson as he's running down the sideline. And
Yeah.
judging by the looks of the people in the rage cage, there is a small feeling of disappointment here. Can the Lancers get back from this? 1st and 10, and the Spartans are approaching the end zone.
I mean, I think I've seen the pattern here. Whenever Kelly's in the game, they try to run up the middle, and whenever Jefferson, they go outside. So, assuming here, they'll probably go up the middle.
There seems to be a very clear-cut formula in this drive for the Spartans. Keep Kelly rushing. If not, you screen pass or check it to a different back on the end. It's been pretty effective this quarter. We need some better linebacker play now to kind of counter that.
Yeah, right now, the Spartans are trying to take off a lot of time off the clock. And the Lancers have to make sure they hold the Spartans only to 3 here.
It's evident that the rushing attack has still been pretty effective here. Good stop. Got a couple yards, but good stop by the Lancers.
Yeah, it'll be a 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1. It's going to be 3rd and short, that's for sure. It's a big play for the Lancers here. They need to make sure they get a stop.
This is the play that defines a kick versus a touchdown. Or maybe a turnover. Who knows? Quick formation.
With Kelly in the game, we should expect it to go up the middle or a QB sneak. Looks like he got the first down right there.
We've seen a lot more rushing from Kelly this half compared to last half. Back then, they were alternating with Blanche and Jefferson. Kelly has gotten the majority of the snaps now and has made the most out of it.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 from the 11. The Lancers have to make sure they hold for a field goal here.
Inside the Lancer 12. 1st down and 10 for the Spartans. They've had the football for over 4 minutes. It started at the 50.
This try has been taking quite the time now this quarter.
Oh, it still has the ball.
Fave.
Oh.
And he has all the room to go down the left and get the touchdown.
Now that was a great play call by the Spartans right there. Everybody thought that ball was going to go to Kelly, and the QB just took it
had
himself.
assumed. Just the greatest bit of trickery that came at the very right time for the Spartans. Everyone assumed Kelly. Everyone assumed a running back. Fave let them know that he has that dog in him. Went down the left. Everyone went right. Faked down the line to the end zone. Fave has been new to this. This is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game.
Flag on the play. It's probably going to be roughing the kicker. Field goal is going to be good. It's going to be a penalty. That's going to be enforced on the kickoff. Now it's a 2-possession game with only 4 minutes left. It's not looking good for the Lancers.
And this is where Lancers have to show their power plays. Show those deep throws. Show the rushes that can get past midfield.
Yeah, disappointment is setting in for the Lancers right now.
The game isn't over yet. 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Obviously, it will take a lot for the Lancers to get back at this. Any short, succinct drive that can end in a touchdown could keep them in the game. But this is up to the strength of the Lancers offense and the resistance of the Spartans defense, which has been pretty strong this game.
Yeah, they have to score fast. I mean, being down about 11 points, I mean, there could be a strategy of taking a field goal immediately until you get field goal range, going with an onside kick, and then trying to get a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. There's all types of strategies you can go on with here, being down 11, but you still have to get the big plays first.
For sure.
Yeah, this game is probably De La Salle's anyway, but the field goal decision
Sepik
is, like this
for the
is-
kickoff.
I know we don't think of them in the same ways we used to.
And this is the drive that matters now to the Lancers. Touchback, they will start at the 20. So what type of play do we want to expect from the Lancers here? I want to hear your thoughts, G or Ishan.
Yeah, we definitely have to pass the ball. I mean, right now, especially on first down, we have to get a big play. Like, being down 11 with only 4 minutes and 20 seconds left, big plays are necessary. Aaron Knapp was great when they had a design rollout to the right, so I would go back to that. Design rollout to the right, have Mac Maroka be on the right-hand side also, and let's see if you can get a big play out of that.
Exactly, I more than agree with that. We've seen the skill set of the receivers. Perrion almost nailed that catch at the end zone. Mac Maroka with that insane catch in the first half. Knapp has shown his deep throw ability too. This could all work out in the end. Pass immediately to Alatini, who drops it near the 25. And at times like this, you would not want to see a drop, but a good quick play nevertheless.
Lancers will have a bye next week before they get into West Catholic League play. They open West Catholic League. Tough opponents, so only gets Midi and then Axe.
We just received word from a fan from Boston showing love to us. We appreciate the support. Follow us on Lancer Live. Leave a like on our live stream as well. All our home games are streamed on this channel. Thank you for all the support.
All right, 2nd and 10 for the Lancers. Aaron Knapp looking to throw. Looking deep
throw.
throw for Perrion Williams.
And
it's a little
Perrion
too far.
was just hounded by Ant Dean. Sorry, not Ant Dean. Jaden Nichols. Jaden Nichols had 2 interceptions last game. Or was it the one against Sarah? He has shown his ability to hound any receiver on him. And in times like now, this has been really effective.
Right now, 3rd and 10. Got to get a first down here. What do you think they're going to do, Rohan?
I think you should go for it again. I know it wasn't that synchronized, but that was a pretty poised pass by Aaron Knapp there. You just have to figure out the route running here, and this is where the chemistry comes now more than ever to sink in. Deep pass to seemingly no one. Might have been towards number 3 there.
No, that was a screen
Number
pass to
2.
Kingston Kiana, but Kingston Kiana looked like he slipped there, and Aaron Knapp was also getting pressured by one of the Spartans who was coming right at him. That's the risk when you do a screen pass. You leave a D lineman running straight at your quarterback. Let's see, I would assume the Lancers are going to go for it here. There's no point in punting this back to the Spartans, so...
This is where we can see the true Hail Mary now, and who knows?
Yeah, I don't think they'll Hail Mary it here. I think they're just going to get the 10 yards, a 10-yard comeback route or something. You just need 10 yards here.
Ishan, the lights are bright, nevertheless. Knapp scrambles, passes to Kanina, who is going to get stopped at the sideline 5 to 7 yards in. And that caps off the Lancers' drive. De La Salle came in this game. Back-to-back losses to 2 strong teams. Won a redemption against the Lancers. The Lancers came back from a pretty valiant win against Montreal. Looking at the context here, it's clear that a win from any team would make them very much proud and invigorated. Noting the rivalry from the last couple years, this is not your average game for sure. 4 minutes left in the game. At this point, we want to see some skill sets from the other players on the Spartans and on the defensive end for the Lancers. 17 St. Francis, 20 De La Salle. Play action.
No, handoff.
And Sanjit, Ishan, I want to talk to you guys about the contrast we saw between the first half and the second half play. First half seemed pretty confident. It was 14-14 by the end of the half, and for some reason, it became 3-14 coming into this half. How did the shift in momentum happen?
I mean,
What
Lansing
did
had
you
3
play here?
drives. The first drive did not go well. It was like 3 and out. Second drive, they went all the way down the field, got inside the 5-yard line, but then they kicked a field goal. And the last drive, I mean, they were down 11. Probably weren't really, were just rushing everything, and that's why 4 and out, and they turned the ball over on downs.
I agree. I feel like they kind of lost that courage to step up on those big plays. And they let the monotony of those rushing attacks by De La Salle get to them in the end.
Yeah, it was just a matter of being conservative there. Like Ishan said, they should have gone for it. And I think that's what cost them. They were trying to be too conservative. They were trying to hope. They put too much trust in the defense, and the defense could have held out. And eventually, that's what led to the result. That it is right.
Nevertheless, good game from both teams. We saw some amazing football on big plays. Countless players stepped up to the task and made some big moments happen. And if I were to take away from this game, it would be the courage shown from both teams.
Yeah, I think starting off with the Lancers, they've really spread their wings today. Andrew Schoenberg has been phenomenal, like he was against Helix Highlanders. Kina Aina, just doing his thing, consistency. He's been doing that every game. Now, Mac Roca, Perry Williams, getting those yards in when it mattered. And going back to the Lancers, I think, yeah, they've spread their wings today. They've used multiple people. Andrew Schoenberg has been phenomenal against Helix and today as well with 2 touchdowns for the Lancers. And same with Matt Roca and Perry Williams, getting yards in when it mattered. And overall, St. Francis played really well. The defense was very good in the first half. Weren't able to capitalize in that second half to stop the Spartans. And what do you guys think? How was the Spartans' performance today?
I mean, the Spartans' performance was phenomenal. I mean, their run game was just going crazy on the Lancers. I mean, the Lancers couldn't figure out how to stop it. They had 3 running backs just keep going. And
here's one thing. A lot of people had complained that De La Salle had been slightly worse than the years before in records and skill set, and I feel like they try to break that kind of stigma around them. They're still a pretty competent team. They came into St. Francis looking for a win after those 2 losses and delivered. They never left that train of good offense powered by sufficient defense and stuck it to all 4 quarters. And as you can see now, they have a chance to even grade in this lead. And they do. Dominic Kelly just up the middle, no one on him. And the Lancers have just raised the white flag now. It's 34-17, double the score of the Lancers. And with 2 minutes left in this game, it's clear that this is done. It's a done deal for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, with the Spartans' performance today, as Rohan said, has been great. And off of 2 very hard losses against Orange Lutheran and Sarah, some of the top 2 teams. I think next Friday for De La Salle against St. Mary's, looking to start a winning streak going, hoping to start some wins. And I think this game is what is going to bring their confidence levels up to have a successful season.
I think from one end, it's also a look at redemption for St. Francis. I mean, they did come pretty invigorated. They showed their worth against De La Salle, at least in the first half. And even though they didn't stick it to the end in the last 2 quarters, they've proven that they can show their worth, show their skill sets and talents against a pretty competent team ranked in the state. So looking at the future games, especially against Midi on the 22nd, how could they fare this against some of the dominant teams?
yeah, this game is similar to the game against the Highlanders. I mean, the score looked a lot worse, but this game was pretty close. I mean, it was 14-14 at halftime. It was 17-21, and then the Spartans just blew it open, made it 17-35, and now the game is all but over.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the Lancers' future with Midi. Going back to last year, 2022, Midi defeated St. Francis in a very tight overtime to go to the finals against Sarah, the CCS finals against Sarah, and Kingston Kiana was one of the biggest players in that game for Lancers, scoring almost most of their touchdowns, and he was just going on fire. It was just a little mistake from special teams to miss an extra point. And I think that game against Midi, that's going to be a good one, especially considering the fact that the Lancers held up really well against De La Salle. And yeah, I think both games for De La Salle against St. Mary's next Friday and upcoming Midi game with the Lancers is going to be a good watch.
Yeah, as you were saying, Scherenberg has been phenomenal, and that was a nice return right there by Scherenberg again. I mean, he's just doing everything today.
And about the game against Midi, I mean, Kingston K9 is ever more improved from last year. Even last year we saw as a sophomore he was dealing blows to juniors and seniors on the field. He showed his worth against the older guys. And now as a junior himself, he's shown some maturity in the way he deals with his runs. And in a close loss against Midi last year compared to what could happen now, he could definitely capitalize on rushing. And a fumble recovered by the Spartans adding to the downfall of the Lancers this quarter.
Nothing's going St. Francis' way, that's for sure.
As I said before, K9 can really show, as he did against Montreal last game and slightly against this game too, he can show his worth in yards and touchdowns. It is worth noting that Midi's rushing yards per game is slightly higher as St. Francis's, so it is quite the challenge to face.
Yeah, the next game against Midi is going to be a challenge. Midi is 3-0 so far this year. They average 362.5 yards per game. They're going to have the ball for a long time. They score 30 points per game, so we'll see. I mean, the Lancers are going to have to come ready to play in that game if they want to win.
I think for the most part, we were ready. We stepped up to the task. We had good plays followed by some explosive bursts. I just hope that we kept that going. As I said before, the second half, I mean, we just had that fumble a couple minutes ago. Not sure what that was all about, but it's a matter of sticking it to the very end. And if we can do that against Midi while being pretty strategic in the way we play our backs, we'll have a good game against them and show them what we're all about.
Three-game stretch all against teams who will be coming off a bye. This one will be a tough one.
As for De La Salle's next game against St. Mary's, it is worth noting that St. Mary's is also 3-0, undefeated in their season. And they are ranked just above De La Salle in the state at 17. They are also going to be a pretty good challenge for De La Salle, as with Midi and St. Francis. So tune in to that game as well in the future. Should be a pretty close one. De La Salle really showed their worth offensively with 205, 3 touchdowns rushing, and some great defensive plays too to cap it off. So if they can transfer that to against St. Mary's, they can put their record at 2-2, forget about those 2 losses they had at the beginning of the season, and kind of continue their season strong. Great game by both teams. In the end, De La Salle comes victorious, 35-17 on this pleasant Friday night. Good football by both teams. Thoughts on you guys?
Yeah, overall electric game in the first half. And I think it kind of slowed down in the second half, and the Spartans were definitely able to capitalize. And yeah, I mean, overall it was a great game of football. And I think the future season for both of these teams is going to be bright.
Yeah, this was a great game. I mean, St. Francis, they played well in the first half. They had a great drive in the start of this second half. But after all, De La Salle was the better team, and in the second half, they were just a lot better.
And now we're going to send it down to the sideline. Never mind, we're having some technical difficulties. Here we see the Spartan players pretty jubilated for the win. Now we're ready.
Hello and welcome to Lancers Post Game Live. This game was an absolute classic matchup between the St. Francis Lancers and the De La Salle Spartans. Tonight was absolutely beautiful. The atmosphere was beautiful. The energy from the Rage Cage and the pride and poise from the players was fantastic. This game was super competitive and it was back and forth between the Spartans and the Lancers. Unfortunately, the Spartans pulled out the victory.
There were lots of mistakes on both sides, but I think the Lancers can improve on this. There were big runs and there were lots of big throws on 3rd and 4th downs, but this made the game very entertaining. It was going back and forth and it was just really fun to watch. Final score, 17-35, De La Salle wins.
This was your Lancer Live broadcast. I'm your host, Brady Lang.
And I'm Eric Bettendorf.
Thank you and good night.